I think it's important for young people to have her or other successful golf players as a role model to look up to.
Yeah, there definitely seems to have been more success in China from the women's side in golf as opposed to the men's side. But like you said, I think having, a couple of the individuals that we've mentioned in both the men's and women's game as examples for future athletes, I think that's very important. We've seen, as we've discussed in other podcasts, when there's one or two athletes in China that really make a name for themselves in a certain sport, that definitely has a trickle-down effect. And then we see the development of that sport, and we see a lot of young people participating in that sport. So it'll be interesting to see if that continues to happen in golf as it has in other sports that we've discussed in previous podcasts, where we've seen one or two star athletes really create a massive surge for participation and success in a certain sport. But that is all we have time for on today's episode of Sideline Story. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in and for joining myself and for you. We will be back again next week to talk about our next topic.
Back again next week with Yang Wang.
Exactly.
Want to learn about world affairs in a more laid-back and accessible manner? Join insiders, experts, and analysts in the casual setting of the chat lounge to hear their personal experiences and opinions on major events and hot issues. Subscribe to Chat Lounge for free on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
Ever wondered what's actually going on in Africa through the perspective of an African? How are things really going between China and Africa? What's the narrative of this relationship? Well, get a perspective with China-Africa Talk. Hear from African diplomats, entrepreneurs, academics, Chinese natives, and more. Get on our wavelength every week to find out what's real with China-Africa Talk. Find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. We'll see you there.
From north to south, east to west, people in China are chasing their dreams and leaving their mark. Want to know how they beat the odds and made a difference? Footprints brings you the true life stories of their journeys. Experience the musical classics of the East. Mingle with the masters of Chinese music.
召唤的女性。
因为蒙古民族被称为可以小小二胡 Music Talks. Witness the sound of antiquity and modernity.
Explore the instrument
And get some perspective.
Music Talks.
A quick quiz first. Do you have any favorite songs that have been playing for years or even decades? Hearing that familiar melody from the past has a tendency to stir strong emotions and transport us back in time. Well, in case you don't know, singers also have their all-time favorites. Apart from adding them to playlists, they also cover these songs to pay tribute to the classics or to the artists. Music talks in different ways. Hi there, I'm Tony Reed. Wang Wen has been covering Cantonese pop songs over the past decade is our guest.
那个年代的那些歌曲对我的影响非常的深。